Another man hoping to make a difference when it comes to that epidemic is Richie Supa, a former band member of Aerosmith. Yes, you may recognize that name, who several years ago helped create a very unique center aimed at helping people combat addiction. Tomorrow is Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, and in honor of that month and today, we want to share a recent interview my co-host of RealConvo and I shared with Richie about Recovery Unplugged. Take a listen.
Hey, welcome to Recovery Unplugged. Today was one of the best days of my life because in recovery, I saw God here. I saw a bunch of kids that are going to take this program seriously because of Richie Supa.
Love that.
Amazing. That is amazing. That's what we're going to be talking about today.
Oh my goodness.
You love that, don't you?
I'm going to be saying amazing all the time, but you're right.
It is.
Yeah, you know I love puns.
So those are two incredible superstars. You don't get any bigger than that.
Huge superstars.
You got Richie Supa with Steven Tyler.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
So.
And you're going to love it too.
We are, and we actually have one of them here today.
I can't wait.
I know. And he was instrumental, I'm getting into that again, instrumental in starting and founding a organization called Recovery Unplugged.
Yeah, it's like nothing you've ever heard of. This is so innovative. It's just amazing.
There we go. It's going to keep on coming up through the whole show, and everybody will understand why.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's using music to help people who deal with addiction. Yeah. And you're just going to love this. I love the whole concept about it.
Yeah, and it really helps a lot of people. Yeah. They're really giving back. And why don't we bring him in right now?
Let's do it.
So, Richie Supa?
Yes.
How you doing today?
Hi.
Yeah, look at that Grammy Award winner, singer-songwriter, and now one of the founding members of Recovery Unplugged. Is there anything you don't do?
Yeah. There's a few things I don't do.
Well, we're so honored to have you here on RealConvo.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
So Richie, obviously you have, what have you been, 40 years in music?
I've been doing music since my dad bought me my first guitar at 12 years old. That was my first addiction. And I knew that was my path. But I've been a professional songwriter since 1975.
That was a good year.
Yeah.
That was a very good year.
Yeah, the 70s. We talked about that.
He loves the 70s. Because of you, actually. That's why.
Yeah. So you've written some, amazing songs. Amazing songs. But you've written for, Bon Jovi. You've written for Tom Jones. You've written for some superstars.
Pink, right?
Pink. I produced and wrote for Pink. Tom Jones. Willie Nelson. Bon Jovi. Wow. Ozzy. I wrote Ozzy's single on Ozzy and Cometh. It goes on and on and on. It really.
And obviously Aerosmith.
Clearly.
And obviously Aerosmith. I wrote and played and toured with them. Helped Steven out. He's like family. He's like my brother from another mother.
Where's that picture? Let's see that picture. I know you were showing it. I gotta see it. I love that. So, how did you get involved with Recovery Unplugged? It's just such an amazing story.
Okay. Let me just say that when I wrote Amazing in '93, and we recorded it, and it became a #1 rock song for Aerosmith, people who were in recovery knew the song was about addiction. And I got emails about how it affected them. One guy said I was going to put a needle in my arm, and Amazing came on the radio, and I listened to it, and I called my sponsor instead. And it planted a seed. What I did is I started writing songs about addiction. I don't know if you guys are aware of the album I put out, a CD called Enemy. It's all about addiction, all the songs. And I started taking my guitar and going to detoxes and playing a one-man show and playing these songs about addiction. And I called it Recovery Unplugged. And
no.
What I started seeing was tears and emotions coming out of the clients who were sitting and listening. And I realized, that a song written about addiction, if it's written correctly and truthfully, can take an addict back to his using days, let him feel it without ever picking up the drug, and then bringing him back safely. And it was an amazing process that I witnessed, and I kept doing it. I got addicted to helping people in that respect, and I kept playing. And then I knew Paul Pellinger, and he had just opened up a place or taken over a place called Harmony. And his vision was to use music as a catalyst, as the primary, nucleus, the center of the program. And I sat down and I told him what I was doing, and he goes, "Oh my God, we need to, will you come work here?" Make a long story short, I wanted to do it more than anything in the world. And I said to him, I would love to change the name of the treatment center to Recovery Unplugged, because I think Harmony is a little bit too vanilla, and Recovery Unplugged is working so good for me. And he absolutely got it immediately. And Recovery Unplugged was born. And the journey began.
Oh,
it's an incredible
amazing
name.
Story.
Incredible. I do have a question for you. When you wrote Amazing, what stage were you in? Were you, obviously I'm assuming that you knew that you had an addiction at that time. Where were you in the stages?
Okay, I got clean in 1988, and I was clean. I had 5 years clean. I was at a convention of Narcotics Anonymous, and there was about 2 addicts in this big auditorium. And what they did was they used to throw this beach ball up in the air, people batted around, and when somebody blew the horn on stage, whoever had the ball in their hand would have to share. And this girl caught the ball, and she said, "All my life I kept the right ones out and let the wrong ones in." And I went, I
love that. That's one of his favorite lines.
That is. I was showing that to Miranda. There we go.
It's fine.
Miranda, right before the show.
He's speechless. He can't even talk now because he just got chills hearing that line. There were some other ones that you really loved, too, that you actually highlighted.
Well, I do want to ask you, with the blink of an eye, you finally see the light. It just says it all.
Yes. So I called Steven Tyler, who was in LA. I was about to go out to LA and work with on a new album. And I told him what the girl said. And I said, yeah, the girl said, I kept the right ones out, let the wrong ones in. He said, yeah, I had an angel of mercy to see me through all my sin. And I said, that's amazing. And I said, yeah, and that's the title. So I got on the plane.
I love it.
True story. And I got on the plane and I wrote probably 65% of the lyric. And I had to sit on my hands, literally, so I wouldn't finish it. And Steven finished it with me. And in the blink of an eye, it was easy for us, man, because we were living it.
And let me tell you something.
It's a God moment.
Yeah, that song is a song that just gives you chills. Every time you hear it, it just goes right through you, and the chills come out. The words there are so poignant. I do have a question for you. You have some incredible phrases.
And there you just heard from award-winning songwriter, member of Aerosmith, Richie Supa, joining us on a new show that you can look forward to seeing here on America's Voice. That is RealConvo. You just heard from my co-host there, Alan Mednick. And again, a reminder, today is International Overdose Awareness Day. The purpose of the day is to reduce the stigma of drug-related deaths and to remind those who have passed away from a drug overdose. So you're going to look forward to more of these shows from likes of Richie Supa. We'll tell you when that entire show is going to air here soon on America's Voice. But first,